Tony, looking back at the Catalan game first, that was a great win.
Yeah, very pleasing. I thought we prepared well, and we went about the whole week very, very well. And it's a difficult place to go to, and difficult place to play, and difficult place to get a result. As everybody's found out so far this year, that we're the only team to defeat them so far on their home patch. So, we knew it was a tough task, but we knew we had to be tough, and we certainly were that. I thought our forwards were terrific on the day and worked really hard, and well supported by some of our backs who played smart.
You got Huddersfield in the next round, but you've got to put that on the back burner for a couple of months.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a funny one to have such a big break in between, but that's the way it is, and we'll concentrate on our task at hand, and that's Super League, and but when it comes time to turn our attentions back to Huddersfield, we will, and look to do well in that competition as well.
Back to the bread and butter of the league at the weekend, going to Wakefield. What are you expecting there?
Another tough match. We had a tough match here at our place when we played them, and I think they're a very good attacking team, and their record shows that they can score points against very good teams, and their problem has probably been keeping out a few points, and hopefully we can put a few points on our side and defend well. And there's some areas that we need to brush up a little bit. A couple of soft tries on the weekend from close distance we need to get on top of. So we can't afford to do those sort of things against Wakefield. But it's a challenge. It's a different sort of ground and a different sort of environment, and so all part of it. So we'll look forward to it.
Are you expecting many changes to the team that performed in France?
Possibly, yeah. We'll possibly have one or two that back in the team. Or possibly Moz. We'll have a fitness test on Moz tomorrow. Definitely Stefan Ratchford is available to us if we select him. So there's two back. There's one or two boys that we'll assess tomorrow from bumps and bruises. Nothing major, but whether they're 100% right by Sunday, we'll assess that tomorrow.
Where are we up to with Michael Monaghan and Richie Myler?
Richie's straightforward that he had a sportsman's hernia as well as a abductor tear. So he's had his sportsman's hernia operated on, which probably leaves him, he had that on Thursday, probably leaves him 2 to 3 weeks, 3 probably being the maximum. So he's not far off Rich. Michael is responding to treatment, but it's slow. It's slow at the moment. We could see him in the next little while, or if it settles down. If it doesn't, well, we'll assess it then. But we're hoping he'll see his specialist next week and just have a more up-to-date assessment. But his ongoing treatment, really. Last
time we spoke, you said David Solomona was probably 3 or 4 weeks away. Where's he up to at the moment?
Yeah, been given the green light to resume training, full training. So it's just a matter of getting some fitness on Sol, and he's not in too bad a shape for a big man. He's in pretty good shape actually, but the full fitness is getting involved in contact and up and down off the ground and some of those sort of things. So as soon as he gets on top of that, where he feels like he can get out there and compete, well. He'll get the nod, but he's way ahead of schedule. He's done all the right things, and he's been very positive about it all, and so he's been very good.
Now I know it's a game ahead, but the Magic Weekend's coming up after the Wakefield game. Will you approach that any differently, or just approach it as a normal league game?
Yeah, no, it's a league game for us. It's as serious as any other game. They're all worth 2 points at Super League level, and we'll approach it with, in the same way. We'll look at our opponents and look at what their strengths and weaknesses are, and we'd go and try to brush up on some areas that we'll need to brush up on and practice those things that we're good at again. Nothing much changes whether we're playing Cup, whether we're playing Super League, or whether we're playing at the Magic Weekend. We take them all seriously, and we've got a good squad of players, and we'll be we'll be giving some experience to some players over the next little while, and or game time, not just experience. But we've got some young players who are coming through doing a good job, and a bit unlucky to miss out, in some games that they're not selected in. So, we're getting in a good place at the moment with, some experienced players returning, some young players gaining experience, some players who may need a rest, may get a week off here or there, and hopefully that sort of can help us in the next little while.
When you've got everyone back fit, you're going to have some major selection problems, aren't you?
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, it's good. It's that's where you get competition for places, and they have to perform, and you also got the added value of if somebody's not quite right, you don't have to play them, and further to their injury, and re-injure them, and all sorts, and people playing with knocks and bruises and bumps, and that shouldn't be playing sometimes play, and we won't have to do some of those sort of things. So hopefully we can manage all that, and the players are very committed to each other, and they understand that everybody doesn't quite fit, and we're on any given week, and if they're asked to sit out, that they accept it, and they accept it very well, and it's not about any one player, or it's about the whole squad. So, and we're trying to use that this year as much as possible.
Okay, Tony, as always, thank you for your time.
My pleasure.